All right, let's talk about something that's absolutely fundamental if you're building modern AI applications, RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. For any developer working with LLMs, really getting a handle on this architecture is a total game changer. So let's jump right in.
You know that feeling at a technical interview when a core concept comes up and you just freeze? Yeah, we've all been there. My goal here is that by the end of this, you'll be able to explain the RAG architecture with absolute confidence. Let's get you prepped.
So before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's just look at the big picture. Think of a RAG system as basically a two-step dance. First, it retrieves relevant information, and then second, it uses that info to generate a brand new, informed answer. That's it. Retrieval, then generation. Keep that simple flow in your head as we break it all down. To really get the system, you've got to know the players involved. It helps to think of these components as a team, where every single member has a really specific and crucial job to do. So let's meet the cast. First up, we have the embedding model. This is basically the universal translator for our entire system. It takes a question, written in plain old human language, and turns it into a long string of numbers, what we call a vector. This vector is just a mathematical way of representing the meaning of the question, which is what makes it searchable for a computer. So where do we actually search? Well, that brings us to the vector database. This is the system's long-term memory, its massive, specialized library. It doesn't actually store the raw text of the documents. Instead, it stores all of those numerical vectors we just talked about, all perfectly organized and indexed for incredibly fast similarity searches.
Next up, we've got the retriever. This thing is our system's expert librarian. Its job is to take the vector from your question, go to the vector database, and find the document vectors that are mathematically the most similar. This right here, this is the search engine at the very heart of the whole operation. And finally, the star of the show, the large language model, or our generator. You can think of it as a brilliant author. The retriever finds a small stack of highly relevant documents and just hands them over. The LLM's job is to read only those documents and then synthesize all that information to write a brand new, coherent, and accurate answer to the original question. Okay, so we've met the players. Now let's see how they all work together as a team. We're going to zoom back out and just follow the data, all the way from the initial question to that final generated answer. All right, here's the full play-by-play. Step 1, a user asks a question. Step 2, that question gets turned into a vector. 3, the retriever searches the database. Now, step 4 is super important. The system doesn't pull back everything. It only grabs the most relevant documents. This is often called top K retrieval, where K is just the number of results you want, like the top 3 or top 5. Those chosen documents are then passed as context to the LLM, which generates the final answer. You might be wondering, how does the system actually give that context to the LLM? Well, it's usually done with a prompt template, kind of like the one you see here. The system is literally telling the LLM, hey, here's some verified information I found. Use only this context to answer the user's question. This whole process, called context injection, is what keeps the model grounded in facts and stops it from just making things up or hallucinating. The technical flow is great, but sometimes a simple analogy is what really makes something click. So let's translate this whole process into something we can all picture a little more easily. Imagine you need to answer a really tough question, and you've got this massive encyclopedia in front of you. Instead of reading the entire thing, which would take forever, you ask your super smart assistant, that's our retriever, to find the exact pages that have the answer. The assistant just finds those few pages and hands them to you. And now you, the LLM, just have to read those specific pages and you can confidently give the answer. Simple, right? That's RAG in a nutshell. So why do we go through all this trouble? What really matters here is accuracy and the ability to scale. Think about a real-world use case, like an internal search tool for a company's private documents. This is huge. Instead of an LLM just guessing about a company policy, a RAG system finds the actual policy document and bases its answer on that. This massively reduces hallucinations and lets the system work across millions of documents while staying totally accurate. Okay, so you've got the basics down, but if you really want to stand out in an interview, it helps to know what's next. Let's take a quick look at how this simple architecture evolves into more advanced, production-grade systems. So what we've been talking about is what you'd call simple RAG. But in the real world, production systems often use advanced RAG. This means adding extra layers for even better performance. For instance, a re-ranker is super common. The first retrieval is built for speed. Maybe it grabs the top 20 results really fast. Then, the re-ranker, which is a slower but smarter model, looks at those 20 and finds the absolute best 3.
You also see things like hybrid search, which combines the meaning-based search of vectors with the precision of old-school keyword search.
And of course, this isn't all magic. Building these systems comes with some very real engineering challenges. Picking the right embedding model, for example, is a big deal. It's a trade-off between speed, cost, and how well it understands your specific industry's jargon. And you're always fighting against the LLM's limited context window, hoping your retrieved documents will even fit. Mentioning these trade-offs in an interview shows you've thought way beyond the simple textbook diagram.
So, we've covered the what, the how, and the why. Let's bring it all home. The interviewer leans in and asks, "Can you explain the architecture of a RAG system?" Here is your framework for the perfect answer.
Here's your 3-step plan. 1. Start with that simple book analogy. It makes the concept instantly relatable. 2. Explain the high-level 2-stage flow. You retrieve first, then you generate. And 3. Name the key components, the embedding model, Vector DB, Retriever, and the LLM, and just briefly say what each one does. If you follow that structure, you'll sound clear, confident, and like you really know your stuff.
And really, that's the whole framework. Understanding RAG isn't just about passing an interview. It's about grasping the foundation of how we're building smarter, more reliable, and fact-grounded AI. This architecture is truly at the heart of so much of the innovation happening today.